you've got these tiny little windows, and you should have all the words ready for those windows.
He started
there should
out
be no repeating things.
Yeah, he started out strong.
Yeah,
because I out of the gate, everybody can't help but get in their own way who they are, right? And for him, it's like, okay, don't get fucking crazy. Like, I'm sure is like, don't say wild shit.
Don't say people are eating cats
and dogs.
Yeah. So, I mean, even Joe Rogan's like, don't do that. Don't say those things. That's not a thing that you should say during a debate. So, and then, so I got this video here with Joe Rogan, and then I got a Tim Pool where he's claiming there is actually proof of people eating the cats. So he's got video proof of the cat eating. Oh my gosh, that guy is so stupid. All right, so we're gonna get into it. I'm Brantley. This is the Punk Apostate. Let's go. So, like I say, I got a couple clips here. I'm going to try something slightly different. They just kept coming up in my feed. And here's the thing, like I base everything that I do here off of whatever comes up in my FundyTube feed, right? So, and of course, Joe Rogan's so popular, he's going to come up in just any feed. Doesn't matter what's going on there. But
the Joe Rogan experience.
Speaking of baiting, did you watch the debate?
Yeah.
Bro,
I forgot.
Let me tell you, before I say anything, I just want to say, whoever's helping her, whoever's coaching her, whoever's the puppet master running the strings, you did a fucking amazing job.
She did a great job.
They did an amazing.
Why? This is where it's weird. Like, why does it automatically have to be somebody else is pulling the string? Like, I think he's just like his brain has just been like grinded up with conspiracy bullshit that he can't even like think beyond. Like, there's a puppet master, the Illuminati, and a fucking
amazing job from the moment Biden drops out, forcing Biden to drop out. Right, whatever they're doing, whoever's writing those speeches, getting her to deliver them, coaching her, she's nailing it.
Okay, there you go. Just say she's nailing it. Okay, that one was a little bit more not as conspiratorial there. It's just like, at first it's like whoever's pulling all the strings and controlling her, they're doing a good job. Those control, but now she's like, now she's nailing it, and she's doing a good job as far as like everything he's saying here. Thank fuck that Biden dropped out. That's all I gotta say there. Jesus Christ.
Nailed that one speech. She's like, say it to my face.
Oh, yeah,
everybody's cheering.
Yeah, she nailed it, dude.
And then last night, to me, when I was like, oh my God, this is jujitsu, where she's like, if you go to his rallies, his crowds are boring, they're tired, they all leave her. My crowds are the best crowds. I have the number one crowd. He couldn't help himself.
And she got him.
She baited him out. And that was so funny. I gotta be honest. That was like and it was so funny because it was like the one thing that everybody was like, Trump, don't take the bait. This is a debate. Don't take the bait. Just do the debate. Don't take bait. Like, and that's how a lot of debates go. Like a lot of, when coaching and whatnot that I've gotten is like, when you're in a debate, it's not necessarily about what you argue against, like your arguments, whatever. It's like what you don't argue against. You know what I mean? It's almost like what you leave out. Like, don't take bait like that. You don't have to respond to every single thing, right? And especially every single insane thing or whatever, like, or they're just lying and stuff. Like, you can just dismiss that stuff. You don't have to like address every single thing they say. Because a lot of times what they're trying to do is get you down a line of debate that's you're never, that's insane and ridiculous. And it's just to get you, to talk about shit you have no idea what you're talking about, and then exposing that,
baited him on that. She walked him right into it.
100%. 100%. See, the difference in that debate was not a difference in like who's going to have better policies, who's going to be better for the country. The difference in the debate, in my opinion, was who was better prepared. She was way better prepared.
Yeah.
And even when it came to answering tough questions, instead of answering, she would just say things that she believes.
Yeah, sure.
And they sounded real good.
Yeah, that's
the soundbite.
That's
she is like, sometimes I'm just like, I think I see why people really like Joe Rogan as this like kind of just he reminds me of like a cartoon alien that's just discovering reality for the first time, and so that's the way he describes everything, is like a cartoon alien or like a cartoon character that popped out of a fucking book and is now a real person, and everybody in the movies having to like explain, oh no, this is like, human cartoon characters do this when we whatever we eat and poop and stuff, and the cartoon is like, what? You poop? That's I'd imagine. Anyway, I don't know how those movies would go, but I'd imagine that like a cartoon character would be very thrown off by the fact that we poop.
It's called being a savvy politician.
It's also called being someone who's working with a team versus someone who's like, they said Trump, that deal was the best deal. They've never seen a deal like this before. They said, how did you put that deal together?
People say that was just brilliant. Yeah.
And that's the funny thing about Trump is that it's almost like he took politics, which was already like pretty stupid and pretty like obvious that it was stupid, you know what I mean? Like just obvious like manipulation and all this type of stuff. And he just made it as obvious as possible, and so as long as he just says that everything of his is the best, he's the best, everything's the best, and fantastic and great. Like you just, it does this thing where it just programs these simple people's brains because they're not looking for the policy. They're not going to be like going down the line and actually checking on like his policies on things. It's not like he's going to sit there and talk about, I don't know, foreign fucking policy and shit. Like they're not going to do that. They just want to hear a simple person say simple shit that they like. And most of the times it's like, I'm the best, I'm amazing, she is a horrible, horrible person. Okay, that's it. That's all he is. As far as just everything, like just everything goes. It's just he's taken all politics and made it as stupid as humanly fucking possible.
And now he's like,
he's not working with a team that's like, I mean, I know he's doing like mock debates. I know he did one with, I think he did one with Tulsi Gabbard, but someone needs to like tell him like you've got these tiny little windows and you should have all the words ready for those windows.
He started
out no repeating things.
Yeah, he started out strong.
You lost him at all. Have words ready like that. Was can't do that now. It's not. We're having words now. What? No, and he's Trump, dude. He's like, I'll wing it.
Yeah. Because I out of the gate, everybody can't help but get in their own way who they are, right? And for him, it's like, okay, don't get fucking crazy.
Everybody Michael Scott's this shit. Okay, that's what I feel like he's saying. Everybody gets in their own way because of who they are. They just got it. They can't help it. And that's what reminds me of like Michael Scott. When somebody says like, Michael, don't do the dirt, whatever it is. And he's like, I got to do the thing. I can't help it. I got to, that's Trump. That's Trump.
Like, I'm sure, that thing is like, don't say wild shit.
Don't say people are eating cats.
And dogs. And they're fucking coming in here eating all our pets.
He laughs like the Joker, doesn't it? Yeah, it feels like that scene in the Joker where he has to like hand the kid in the bus that card. That's like, I just laugh at nothing because I'm crazy. Anyway, give me my card back.
And you just watch and you're watching this thing, you're like, what? And it's just fucking insane. And then for her, they're just basically like, don't laugh like a stripper. Like how every time you come to a podium, you're like,
well, that's
fucking calm down.
Do strippers have a laugh? I'm not really up on stripper laughs. If that's a fucking thing. I guess that was a joke, probably. I'm sure, but like I have no idea what he's referring to.
It's a move that like comics will do when their material's not that good. They laugh
through it. Exactly. Yeah. But then you remember, this is somebody like, take away your politics or whatever you believe. This is a former prosecutor. It's a trainable person. right? If you're a prosecutor, you can get the information and regurgitate it.
She's not dumb.
She's a trainable person. That's wow. That's way to say that she's like, a smart person that can hold a lot of data, I guess is what they're trying to say. Yes, I mean, no, she's trainable. What the fuck? Why do y'all use the worst words? Like, what is it? Whatever,
By any stretch. See, people want to say she's dumb because she's not good off the cuff when pressure's on her. But you don't understand what that kind of pressure.
You don't think there was fucking pressure for her like first debate against Trump on? I mean, it's like one. I think like the most viewed debate. You don't think there was fucking pressure? What the hell? I think what he's trying to say is when there's other times when she has like nervous laughter where she, the person that she's with or whatever is saying weird stuff or whatever, and she just has like that nervous laughter that I think like all of it, and I don't know, it's just a tick. It's just something that people do when they just are like, okay, I don't really know how to respond to this. But she didn't do that at all during the debate. So I don't know.
There's like the kind of pressure that lady has been under for the last, let's think about the pressure she's been under for the last 4 years as being vice president. Everybody hates her.
Yeah.
A lot of gaffes, a lot of dumb things. So every time she's saying something in the back of her head, she's like,
I swear he like watches all right-wing news or something. He's like, everybody hates her. And just nobody likes her at all. Everybody hates her. She's gotten all these gaffes where she's just made, said stupid stuff. And it's like, when, like, what are you talking about? Like, as far as I could tell, this is like a Fox News understanding of Kamala Harris. But
don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
They're going to come for you. They're going to use this against you. Don't say, did you just fall out of a coconut tree?
Yeah.
Don't say that one again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, so there's that kind of pressure. So it's very hard off the cuff.
Is that something she says a lot? I don't follow a lot of this stuff. I'm going to be honest. I watch FundyTube more than I watch, the tube. Just the regular one, which is kind of that's probably why I'm almost insane. Probably, I think from it now. But
when you give her time and prepare her, like last night,
it's a good showing for her, for sure.
Very, very good showing. And unfortunately for him, like the thing that he does that it's just like he can do it better than anybody alive is just riff. He can go out there and have a crowd of people and he's funny, man. He does things about, like, he did an Elon impression the other day. It was hilarious.
He's very funny.
He's killing
people.
This is so weird. What are you doing, man? It's strange to be like, man, Trump is hilarious, dude. He's one of, like, there's only 250 comics in existence, just so you know. And he's one of them, I would say. Did you hear his Elon impression? Are you fucking kidding me, man? How fucking
he kills like a comedian.
Who don't like
it's
the
like
guy.
He has to pander. I know he has to pander to those fucking people that he wants to watch his show. So he's got to do this.
I still will have to acknowledge that he's funny.
He's funny.
Yeah.
He's funny like a comic.
Yeah.
He's wow. He's like painfully cringy, not funny. I don't. It's crazy to say that. Wow, we're gonna have to take a break. How's everybody doing? You doing all right? Do you all like watching Trump's Type 5 hours at his rallies and stuff? You like those? You think they're funny? Does he tell some good jokes? Name one joke that you can remember from Trump that was actually funny? I wish that anybody could say anything, because I bet you they couldn't. I can't. But how's everybody doing? Doing okay? You feeling all right? Getting your fluids, right? Drinking lots of fluids. Our body's mostly fluids, so you gotta drink fluids, right? And then you pee them out. But and if you take enough vitamins, it looks crazy. It's kind of scary, actually. It'll make you go to the doctor if you're not aware of what it's going to look like when you pee. But anyway, so how we doing? Is everybody all right? James was first. All right. Okay. Bam. First. What is that? Oh, it's the number one. That's awesome. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's cool. And James is second too with the poppers. That's right. And Michael Bell is not really sure if he's second. So, am I second? I don't know. Maybe somebody else got here just as I was saying that. Now I'm third. No, you are second. You are. You nailed it. You got right in there. That's great. You got right in there like a I'm not going to go into an Adam and Eve break just yet. It's too early. It's too early for an Adam and Eve break, but that's how you got in there. Like I said, JD Vance admitted the eating pets thing was a hoax. He did. He admitted it. No shit. That's funny. What, like, he's breaking all of the rules. Like, Trump's got to be, what are you doing? You never admit. You never do it. Okay. It's always true. Okay. You never say it was a hoax. Don't ever do it. Only the true things are the hoaxes. Okay. Like, wow, dude. That's crazy. And Paul was there. What's up, Paul? How we doing, man? Say hello, everyone. And hello to you. That's right. But yeah, I kind of wanted to try something a little bit different. This stuff kept coming up in my feed. And so I was just like, let me take a look at this. You know, it's like this. And then like I said, I got a Tim Pool. And if this gets too boring too quick, which I get bored from this show. A lot of people say that it's like the greatest show ever or whatever. But as far as I could tell, it's kind of fucking boring, to be honest. You would think comedians would be like doing comedy at least a little bit, but it kind of shows, I feel like, that a lot of people, a lot of comedians, they're not like natural. Like for instance, Bill Burr is naturally funny. Like he can just be hanging out and be hilarious. It's like he doesn't have to write down his stuff. You know, Joe is nothing but writing down his stuff, right? And then even then, he has to be overly animated in order for it to be, you know, for them to land at all. And then on his show, he's just boring and weird. But I don't know.
You know, it's just like we don't necessarily want that as the guy with his finger on the button. That's all it is.
Sure.
That's the thing that freaks people out. But the policies that he had when he was in, the thing is, everyone's saying he's going to be a dictator. Well, he wasn't a dictator. He was the president. He actually was the president.
Dude, he sent unidentifiable, unmarked federal agents over state lines to detain protesters. So whereas the governors and other politicians in those states did not ask for any assistance, he took it upon himself to send unidentifiable federal fucking agents over state lines to detain protesters. He's a fucking dictator. What the fuck are you talking about? And of course, they couldn't do anything once they had the protesters. They were just like, no, we're just going to sit here for a while. Can't really do anything, actually, because we're not even really legal to be here, kind of thing. I mean, technically we are, we're the federal government, but whatever. Yeah, and then they just had to let him go after a couple hours. But like they said that they basically kidnapped somebody for a couple hours, you know. And they did a couple different people this way that were prominent people in the protests. And so yeah, that's a fucking dictator move, man. Like I feel like everybody forgets about that one. That he did that, and he did shit like that all the fucking time. It's crazy to say that he was never a dictator. He was just a cool guy. Yeah, he just wanted freedom, right? He just wanted the freedom. That's all. Yeah, fuck you.
For 4 years, and the economy really did well, and he really did try to cut some of the bullshit down that's going on in this country.
It literally did not do well, and as soon as any kind of anything happened, where it was like, because this is the thing with right-wing economic policies or whatever, it's like this weird fucking delusion that everything's always going to be perfect, that like, oh, we'll get rid of all the fucking guardrails and anything that can correct, like any corrective measures or anything like that, and then just sit back and go, it's all going to work perfect, don't touch it, and then everything, you know, all it takes is one fucking pandemic and the whole thing just crashes because they had no like guardrails for that sort of thing. And then they're like, okay, everybody, please go back to work. I don't care if you kill your grandma. Just go back to work. There's like, I kill your family. I don't care. Like, get everybody say, we don't care. Just get me my fucking shareholders' money. Do it. And it's like, and of course, that's the Republican side going, hey, the virus actually is not a big deal. You know, like it of course it's that, because they want you to go risk your life for your fucking $15 an hour so that the CEO can get like his fucking whatever, you know, he can buy his new plane or yacht or whatever the hell, you know. And he was just wildly irritated that the fucking workers weren't going and just risking their goddamn lives for that $15 an hour.
Yeah.
And who knows what would have happened if you had 4 more years? Maybe we would have been economically better off, even if you don't like that one person to be like the figurehead of the country that you identify with because you live here. You don't want to identify with this guy that you think is blustery and, you know.
Well, the thing is, he's going to, we have like 55 days or something. And the thing that's really going to happen now is I think he realizes when she first was announced, I'm sure most people, myself included, were like, he's just going to destroy her. Like,
right.
I didn't think she was even going to have a chance. But now
really? That's crazy, dude. Like, this is where I'm just like, these people are not smart. Like, what are you talking about, man? He's the old senile idiot now, and she's the young prosecutor. This is like what she did for her whole life. Like, she was up in front of people making arguments and stuff. Like, whatever. Jesus Christ.
Realize this is going to be, I believe, a much closer race.
It's close as fuck. She's probably ahead now. After what is the late? I saw the Fox News poll. It's hilarious. Fox is like 90% Trump won.
Yeah.
They're eating cats. I saw.
I know.
I saw on Facebook.
Killing newborn babies.
Fucking Fox put out a 90% poll. It's funny too, because I've heard people say that their polling is actually pretty spot on. But I don't follow that shit. I don't know. But apparently not. Speaking of polling, there was a really good episode. It was yesterday of Cognitive Dissonance, where they had a dude that wrote a book about polls and how they work and everything like that. So I highly recommend it. It was a really good conversation. Check it out. He is a cartoon. I mean, right? Isn't that kind of? I mean, I guess that's kind of what you want, right? Out of like the world's most popular fucking podcast, right? You want like this, like just like doesn't really know how anything works, and it's adorable. That's how it feels with him. But let's see. Well, eating gods is a good thing. Yeah, that's what Christians say. Sort of a Christian only thing. I think they're the only ones that eat God. I certainly hope it tastes like Kool-Aid. That's all I'm saying. If it's a God, you better taste good, right? Taste like angel food cake or something. That should taste pretty good. What is that? The one with the pineapples in it? Like a little cut up pineapples, and it's got that really creamy, that frosting. That's just wow. That stuff is phenomenal. I have no idea what I'm describing right now, but I thought it was angel food cake, but I don't know what's going on. Serge, what's up, dude? Name a policy, Punchy. Name one fucking, no, you name it. One fucking policy. The cats. Let's see. Axel said, he said, I have 2 children. I thought you were going to say children. This just shows how poorly my sick eyes work. I have 2 chihuahuas, not children, although some people refer to their chihuahuas as children, and I think that's weird, but hopefully you don't do that here. And they're looking very tasty right about Chihuahua. I mean, it's not enough meat. I feel like there's not enough meat on those. Maybe it's like good tender meat. I don't know, because they're so small. I don't know. It's like eating chicken wings. I'd have to try it, right? I'd have to give it a shot. I got nothing against eating dog, dude. It's meat's. I would eat a human. I don't care. Okay, like meat's meat, right? It's dead. They're dead. Okay. Now, if they're alive, now that's a different story, right? Unless maybe there was they cut the thing off, and anyway, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. But Michael said, the few times I've listened to pieces of Joe Rogan's show, it's just sounded boring. I much prefer other podcasts myself. Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's funny, but it's just so funny how like so much of the YouTube algorithm sort of surrounds it, right? So it's like everybody talking about what they were talking about, and it just sort of swirls around in this weird way. So you almost get stuck having to see it, even if you don't watch it. You know what I mean? Because you're seeing other people that you do like watch it and shit, kind of like this, right? It's sort of like that. But yeah, it's not a good show. I don't think it's a very good show, to be honest. Let's say, hey, native atheist, how we doing, man? What's up? Let's see here. And yeah, let me see, go back.
By the way, I think they are eating cats.
What's up?
Yeah,
I think some people are eating cats.
Sure.
I think you get a bunch of poor people that are from an island where they occasionally eat cats.
Yeah. And
you throw them in a city where there's 50,000 people. You throw 20,000 people in there, and there's ducks at the pond. I'm gonna go get a duck if I'm hungry.
Well,
A duck's not a fucking cat, man. Ducks make perfect sense. Actually, people do eat ducks. I don't know if you know this. There's certain markets that you can go to where they literally have duck heads all just hanging there. It's very uncomfortable, really, because all of a sudden you're just like, what the fuck? Why are there duck heads just hanging? It's great. And then duck meat's actually really good. It is what's really like oily, like it's just extra. It's a lot of oil. It almost you know how when you eat that soup that has way too much butter in it. That's what it kind of feels like after you eat it. There's just a lot of fat in that fucker. That is a fatty fucker, you know. Somebody's gonna isolate that and be like, look, he's a fucking asshole. He's got all his people fatty. No, I'm talking about a duck, okay? Back off. Scotty, what's up, dude? Chicken chow meow. Chicken chow meow. All right, yeah, that's right. Isn't that meow chicken or meow meats? Isn't that what's his name? Let's see. Michael said, I lived in South Korea for 6 months. So, okay. So that's a normal cuisine there. I don't know how it works. Yeah.
Fucking son took one out of there. So I mean, he grabbed it by the neck. So yeah, I would not not believe
dude. If I was starving, if I just came from another country and there's ducks laying around, I'd grab a duck.
Sure. I don't think it's that crazy.
Where are ducks just laying around? That's like, first of all, have you ever tried to catch one of those fuckers, man? They are actually quite quick. Okay, when you start getting close to them, they're like, "What are you doing?" And they just kind of mirror your movement, but in the opposite way to stay away. And then they just fly. You know, they can fly. They fly away. They're not just like lounging on a fucking beach towel with their sunglasses on like the Affleck duck, dude. That's not what's happening. You're not going to catch them off guard fucking tanning at the beach. Like, this is not a thing that happens.
That's not their fault. Like, how the fuck did they get here? How'd you get 20?
The ducks? They flew south for the winter, you know.
1,000 shipped to one town. Like, what is that?
No,
what's the real story behind that? Is that organized?
The immigration issue is a legit real issue in this country. It's in our state predominantly too, you know.
It's a lot of it here, yeah.
So I mean,
a lot of it in California, a lot of it in Arizona, but it's a real issue. Yeah. And look,
issue with what? Like, I don't, you know, it seems to me, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like everybody hates poor people. People are inconvenienced by the suffering of other people, and they're like, I'd just like to not look at your suffering. It's got to just, I don't like it. I don't like looking at it. Can you just be somewhere else that I don't have to see, so that I can not feel? It hurts my heart a little bit to see you suffering. So you're kind of bumming me out. Okay. And I don't like to be bummed out. So could you just go suffer somewhere else, please? Maybe behind that tree. There's a tree right over there. Just get behind it. Okay. Cause I don't want to look at it. Okay. And I swear that's like the biggest problem with these fucking people is like, they just get irritated at having to look at people that are suffering. No fucking empathy. It's like their suffering is these rich assholes, inconvenience, you know?
You and I are both the products of immigration. Immigration is fucking awesome. But hey, maybe when they do stuff that's bad, you should put them in jail. Like, maybe you should use the same laws on them. Hey, man.
They do, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about? I think he might be referring to those dudes that like got attacked or whatever, or got, you know, they were like attacked by a cop on the street. And of course the camera picks up like, and they put out like a clip of them like attacking the cop or whatever. But like, the cop just went over and fucked with them like for a while for no reason. And so, yeah. And then they're like, oh, they just let him out. And he was like, yeah, because it was bullshit that they were in there in the first place. Like, this is crazy. Like, they should be treated like regular people and not like they're just automatically criminals. It's crazy how their minds like flip it, you know, that they think that that as long as you're an immigrant, you get everything you want and you can never get in trouble for anything. That's fucking insane. It's like, I swear, I think they think that immigrant means the same thing as like the what was that? Ambassador or whatever from like Lethal Weapon 2 or whatever. You know, I remember there's like the South African ambassador, and they're like, you police officers can't arrest him. He's an ambassador for South Africa. And and that's what they think all immigrants are. Like, I can't touch them. Can't, the police can't ever do anything because they are, they're untouchable because they're immigrants. So they're allowed to do whatever they want. So fucking stupid, man.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, keep in mind too, like where there was situations like the guy that Trump pardoned, where the dude was putting Latinx people in a self-proclaimed concentration camp in the prison that he ran. It was a jail. I can't remember if it was a jail or a prison, but he would put him in a concentration camp and people cooked to death. All because he thought they were fucking immigrants and he thought that meant they deserved it. And people cooked to death in his fucking concentration camp and was arrested for it, right? And then, of course, Trump's like, he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy at all. Okay, we got to let him go. Okay, he just wanted to make prison like not a vacation. That's all it was. Go fuck yourself. People cook to death, man.
Check to see if they're murderers before they come across the board.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe.
I know.
Maybe.
It's they just turned. I mean, this current administration just was like, oh yeah, we should. Just recently.
Do you think that? But recently, I think they're also flying people in, which is crazy. But recently, I think it's because they want people that are on the fence. The people that are on the fence, because this is not
all that plays to.
Yeah,
it's all that matters.
But once they're in again, if they're in again, they'll probably do the same thing. Because what you're doing is you're essentially changing states that are swing states into blue.
Oh my fuck!
Because
oh my god, he's doing the white replace. He's literally doing a fucking white replace. They're immigrants, man. They can't fucking vote. You dipshit. They barely want the cops called. Wow, dude. Like even if somebody attacks them, they're not calling the cops because they're like, I don't want my fucking paper. I don't have my papers or whatever. Like. They're trying to avoid any kind of government interaction. You think they're going to come here from another country without papers and they're going to go fucking steal somebody's ID so that they can go get a fucking voter registration card so that they can vote just so that they can turn the fucking thing blue? And you think that's why Democrats are allowing people to immigrate here? Are you fucking stupid? This just where it shows that people just don't know anything about how anything fucking works. On the boots on the ground, how it actually fucking works. It does not work like this at all. That's the most that's the most asinine fucking thing ever. Oh, God, it's insane. And I have I've interacted with people that don't have their papers and stuff. They will do anything to not interact with any kind of voting anything because they're like, I'm not from here. I can't. That would be way too risky to try to do that, and because it's just insane. But that's their fucking delusion, man. That's their right-wing fucking white supremacist delusion.
If you're gonna give these people money and debit cards and food stamps and let them come in, and they're even talking about gender reassignment surgeries.
Yeah, I heard this. Yeah,
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know.
Find out if that's
true. Good. Yeah, because I'm sure it's not. Just shut up, man.
Because that's part of the problem with this whole people are eating cats. It's like you don't fucking know what's true anymore.
No, you don't know what's true anymore because you're fucking stupid, man. And you can't tell your epistemology is you have the most piss poor fucking epistemology I've ever seen in my goddamn life. It's crazy how often Alex or whatever, is it Alex or Jamie? Jamie has to be like, yeah, you guys are fucking stupid. Look, look how fucking stupid you guys are. Yeah, because he has on majority right-wing idiots. And he humanizes them and sits there and talks to them while they're just saying the most fucking idiotic bullshit. And he thinks, but they were a nice guy, so he might have been right about that stuff. He was nice. He was a nice guy. He was nice to me. He was nice, so it must be true. It's like, and there is a thing inside people's brains that does that. If they're nice, it's true. Right? Which is just not how anything works. That's not how you figure out if something's fucking that's basically the reason religion is a thing. Because people seem to associate being nice and truth. It's just
you just read things on the internet or you hear things on the radio. Who fucking knows what's true?
Which is why, because a lot of people
people know what's true, man. You just got to reserve judgment until there's evidence. That's that pesky evidence stuff, you know? You got to like wait for that. You can just not have a position on something until there's fucking evidence. You could just do that, right? Be like, I'm not gonna make a claim one way or the other. But you should be able to use a little bit of fucking critical thinking when people are saying something is stupid. It's that shit, you know. And just you gotta like just do this thing in your brain. You're like, what are hot button topics, right? What are fucking buzzwords? What are the things? What are the things the right is going to say? Well, of course, it's going to be gender reassignment surgery or whatever, like that, reassignment surgery. Like that's going to be, of course, like the top of the fucking list of things to not believe because it's just buzzword city, man. Like that's just like it doesn't. Wow.
Also, talking about the moderators interjecting a bunch, right?
Yes.
But like,
yeah, because people lie, like Trump lied a lot. Okay, and it wasn't even like it. It's funny because they're all like, "Oh man, it was 3-on-1." Because Trump was, the moderators kept like fact checking him, and he got mad about that. Just don't fucking lie. And if you're gonna lie in a way to where is like it's not like literally the opposite of reality. Like just don't do that. Like stretch, like lie how politicians used to fucking lie before Trump. Like just stretch the truth some, misrepresent some fact. That's how you gotta lie if you're a politician. And he does the opposite. He just says whatever the truth thing is, it's the direct fucking opposite. And they got it. The moderators would be like, I would be getting dragged if I didn't say that there isn't any evidence that people are eating pets. Like I just, I would get kind of dragged for that. Almost like, when you're just like, you don't want to have to say something at work or whatever, but you're like, if somebody sees me, see you, and I don't do nothing about it, like I'm fired. Okay. So I had to don't get mad at me. Okay. I had to say something because I find you're putting me in a really bad position here. Okay. That's what's happening. Right. But Kamala did not lie like that. Trump does. He can't help but lie like that.
Part of that, feels like you kind of need some of that interjecting because otherwise things are just said and you
they can fucking just gish gallop like a motherfucker, And they will. Trump absolutely will. And you know how much effort it would take to have to sit there? It's like the bullshit asymmetry principle. You say the amount of energy it takes to dispel bullshit is an order of magnitude larger than it takes to produce it. Because having to sit there and explain, know exactly all the facts that will disprove his lie, and then have to be able to put them in a way that's like a soundbite and quick and everything. It's a fucking mess. It's like way too much goddamn energy. It's like why I like the Hitchens razor, which is just what can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed just as easily, Anyway, what's up, Wolfos? Hey, what's up, man? You doing all right? Got the cartoon wolf in the house. That's right. All right. I worked on a couple different farms. One of them, they let wolf on a farm. Like even though you're a cartoon BoJack Horseman wolf, I don't think they should allow you on a farm. I just don't think that's safe for the other animals, right? You're gonna be sitting there with feathers sticking out of your mouth. No, I'm good. I didn't. No, I just have my tooth. I'm a tooth worked on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, they use feathers for wolf teeth stuff. But anyway, what do you say? Okay, we're got a couple different farms. One raised a bunch of different birds. They bought ducks, pigeons, really, pigeons and turkey by the dozens. You can buy poultry in mass. Where did the ducks come from? There. That's where they came from. They were bought in mass. That's wild. And what do they got to keep them in the coops and stuff? Is what sometimes they fly away. Is that what it is? But that's interesting, huh? Yeah, I used to live next to an ag farm, and the main takeaway from that was that those what do they call it? The big pretty the peacock. Those things are loud and weird sounding, man. Like it sounded like a fucking ghost creature, like it sounds like a sound that you would think if you were looking out at some type of fantasy forest, right? Like from Lord of the Rings or some shit. You'd imagine that sound coming from that forest, fucking weird. But yeah, I never really had much interaction with farms, to be perfectly honest. I'd see that Paul's Paul like totally is thinking the same way I am. That's so funny. Yep. Showing what? Phone battery trying to go out. Oh man, I'm sorry. Your phone battery's like, that's it, I'm out. I'm leaving. Like, where are you going? Out. And then slams the door. Man, the battery just like upped and left. Goddamn battery. They're getting attitudes these days, these fucking batteries, you know. It's just like they're all doing playing video games all the time. And you know, talking on those headpieces when they're playing video games. It's like, and they're saying racist stuff, right? They're, you know, it's a mess. What was that? I worked on cattle farms, dairy farms, and bird farms. Jesus. I make a good guard dog. Nothing nefarious, I swear. Okay. Well, yeah, it's a guard wolf. That's what you want, right? Hell yeah. I'll like scare off all the fucking monster things. Scotty said, faith is the essence of things unseen. Yeah. And what is the other one? In other words, evidence is unseen. Well, that's what's so weird about this one, right? That's evidence. Yeah, I'm sorry. Faith is the evidence of things unseen, which, yeah. So in other words, faith is the evidence. Isn't that like how they judge it? They're like, but other people think that it's true. So that's your evidence right there. That's the way I always took it, right? Like it's the faith is the evidence, right? It's the fact that people think that it's true, like really fervently, that is the evidence that they're pointing to. But I believe it though. And you're like, well, how do you argue with that? Guess you're right. You think of things. So that's it. That's all we got to do. But Steven, what's up, dude? All right, Steve made it. And Angier, hey. There you go. That's the verse. That's the final show to me losing my faith. Yeah. Because what's the other one though? It was like faith is the evidence of things unseen, essence of things hoped for. Right. That's the other thing, is that it's like, oh, it's the essence of what you'd really like to think is true. And just the fact that you think it, that's the evidence. Like, it's just so fucking stupid. Like, it's just a terrible, like, even just in their own definition that they will recite that and cite it. And it's just like, wow, dude, that is like, you're basically just telling on yourself that you just really would like to think a thing. And the fact that you think a thing is the evidence that the thing is actually true. That's literally what those Bible verses basically say. But anyway, that's funny. Hey, the sequel one. What's up, dude? You made it. All right. Someone ate my dog yesterday. Oh shit. Well, you know, that's where was Wolfos? Where was Wolfos yesterday? Okay, that's what I want to know. Wolves eat dogs, right? Wolves eat dogs, right? Wolfos said, Joe is up repeating the same lies Trump said on stage. Trump just made up stuff based on lies told him. Even JD Vance admitted to making up the Springfield garbage. Jesus, that's Joe Rogan's thing. Like I said, because I think he would alienate too much of his fucking audience if he wasn't a stupid liar that just believed every dumb conspiracy theory that came across his face, you know. But anyway. Steven said, someone said faith is claiming to know what you know ain't so. Yeah, wasn't that who is that? That's that one dude. I'm reading a book by him, and now I can't think. Anyway, totally. Wow, I fucking hate those name brain fucks that just happen so often with me. It's
hero idea.
100%.
I mean, the big one to me of like this is why you need to have somebody interject at times is when he
shit. Okay, we got to move on to the next one. This is, like everybody was saying, was kind of boring, gonna be honest. Not a big fan, you know. It's not loving it. It's the opposite of McDonald's, not loving it. Okay, let's see here. So where to go there we go. Video proof that migrants grilled cats in Ohio. And he's got the loomer lady on the screen here.
Back. Some migrants.
Oh boy. Okay, let's try this. This is
so I appear to have been eating the cats.
I haven't watched any of this, so bear with me. I just saw the title, and was like, all right, we gotta watch this. Yeah, this is that the video right there. They got the legs sticking out. That looks like did they even take the fur off? They're just so stupid.
We have the report from Chris Rufo. He says that we have discovered that migrants are, in fact, eating cats in Ohio. He says, we have verified with multiple witnesses and visual cross-references that African migrants in Dayton, the next city over from Springfield, barbecued these cats last summer. Now, in this image, it's a TikTok from a year ago. You can see animals roasting on the grill. The response from the left, and the corporate press is, they look like chickens.
I mean, it's not even that. Like, I could feel like you could do anything, man. Like, and so many people have so much reason to find just any kind of anomaly at this point to try to fucking throw migrants under the bus and like it's so funny how often they have to try to rehab what Trump says to make it true after the fact. It's like when you don't, or it's like, or like when you lie to somebody about something, right? And then you're like, I got to go figure out a way to make this lie true. I'll go do the thing that I said that I had done. I just hadn't done it then, but now I'm going to do it now. So that just goes now it is true. That's what they're constantly having to do here. And keep in mind, this fucking genius is a Russian psyop. He makes $100,000 an episode to push Trump propaganda because that's what Russia wants. Russia wants him to like push this fucking idiotic Russian propaganda bullshit. And so, yeah, he makes 100,000. And his whole defense, this is so funny. I almost did the defense video because I just thought it was hilarious. Where he's like, "What? Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, well, so all we did was get $100,000 per episode to just." It's just a license. We just licensed it to be on their YouTube channel, and that's it. That's why we get $100,000, and it's not even an exclusive license. It's not even like it's just theirs, and they get to have that content like that is exclusive to them. No, it's just a non-exclusive fucking streaming thing that you just happen to get $100,000 for. And he's like, what? That's normal. That's the thing that people do, right? No, it's not, you fucking idiot. And then they're sitting there going, oh, but we didn't know. We didn't know it was Russian propaganda. Now, keep in mind, like, there has been videos circulating that like show that he is just like, Ukraine is the enemy of the people. They make me so mad. Ukraine, I hate Ukraine. Oh my God, they are your enemy. He literally was saying they are your enemy. But we're supposed to believe that, yeah, this is just a non-exclusive license that he gave to some other fucking YouTube channel, where they just happen to pay him $100,000 just for that. And it's like, come on, man. Like, I don't believe you for a goddamn second. Who they're paying you to say this stuff. We just don't have that part of the agreement, right? Like, because this agreement over here doesn't make fucking sense at all. Nobody does that. And acting like it is something people do is fucking batshit crazy. But anyway, sorry, let's go.
Some kind of animal, I guess. However, the legs are pulled up. And so we'll go through this. As many people are saying they look like chickens.
That doesn't matter, man. Like, they could be literally anything. It doesn't fucking matter. It could be roadkill. It could be like, there are people that like do kill, like find roadkill and cook them or whatever. Like, doesn't mean that they're actually eating them. It doesn't mean that there's anything happening here other than people cooking like roadkill or whatever. That could easily be the case. And I know people, I live in Florida, of course I know fucking people that eat like raccoons and shit like that. If you get all the hair off of a raccoon, it could easily look like something, it's just the meat. Like, there's a bunch of fucking woodland critters that could get hit by a car or whatever, and then you like throw them on the grill and do this. But yeah, I don't buy it for a fucking second. I'd need a lot more evidence. But and this just came out, okay? So I'm sure this is going to be debunked in like a couple days or whatever. But like, just I like to grab stuff as it comes out. I don't have the evidence right here to be able to debunk it. But
I don't believe. I'm leaning slight towards cats on this one. Here's the video in question. I'll play it for you.
Yo, what is this they got on the grill?
Did they kill some cats?
Man,
You hear the people who are filming. Did they kill some cats?
listen, man.
Why are they in somebody else's backyard? First of all, what are you kidding me? Like, so they just moseyed on over to somebody else's backyard and started filming and go, what are they doing? Like, this feels set up.
Oh, a cat right there. His ass better get missing, man. Look like his homies.
I'm sorry, that was good.
This is a joke, right? This is not real. God, these people are so gullible, dude. Jesus Christ. Hey Charlie, what's up, dude? Said it should surprise no one that Russia paid a bunch of turds like Tim Pool to repeat their nonsense propaganda. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And it could not be more fucking obvious. This guy is he's a clown when it comes to, it's like he's the laziest fucking news person I've ever seen. News person. It's like RM calls him his favorite newsman. He's my favorite newsman. But like, because he'll get like halfway through a story, he'll set it up and he'll get like through the headline, then think that the story's saying one thing, right? And then he'll get this like do this weird outrage thing, then start reading the article and realize that he hadn't read the article before he like set it up as this big problem, and then it's like saying the opposite of what he thought it said and everything. And then it's so funny. Like, it's just, he's so lazy, man. He's like lazier than I am, which, you know, is pretty fucking, let me just say, because I'd sit down and I maybe pick these things out for like 3 seconds, and then I'm like, all right, let's go do this thing. And that's it. That's how I do my show. Which I feel like it's got to be pretty obvious to y'all, right? It's painfully obvious how not prepared I am all the time. Thomas, what's up, dude? Saying that someone one time somewhere ate a cat doesn't mean that people eat cats every day. Yeah, or even that it was a any kind of thing that was reported, right? This is what they do, man. They try to figure out any way to freak out people that don't know that much about people from other countries and stuff like that. And they just want to scare you of them. That's it. That's like their whole bag. Because like this is all they've got to run on, man. That's why I think Joe Rogan was spending so much time on the migrant thing, because that's literally all they fucking got. If you go to Trump, like the debate, you can hear Kamala like bringing up points. She answered most of the questions. There were some she didn't answer, and she just sort of like went into like stuff that she does want to do or whatever. Which okay, but I'd rather her answer all the questions. But whenever he was asked the question, he was just like, migrants. They're killing your cats. They're eating it. Like they are eating people's faces. Okay. Well, somebody told me one time. Okay. They're saying, that's what they're saying, that they ate somebody's face. It was a migrant. It's all just this migrant fear mongering bullshit. And that's what they're doing here. It's just that's because that's all they got. They're like, hey man, you vote Democrat, and like, they're gonna be like poor brown people here. So better vote for the white guy that hates those people. Otherwise, people are going to be eating pets and stuff all the time. Like that's all they've got, because they have no actual policy. Their like Republican policy is to not do policy. Like their policy is to just give rich people everything they want in any kind of what's it called, like legislation that could hold people responsible, powerful people and stuff. They want to minimize that as much as they possibly can, because they want rich people to have as much carte blanche to do what they fucking want as possible. And so in order to do that, they got to break all the systems that could possibly hold some people accountable for destabilizing entire economies and shit like that. But anyway, I digress. Okay. But where are we at here? Wolfo said, "Birds gotta swim, and I'm gonna eat." What? do you eat them while they're swimming? I feel like that's weird. Actually, you're gonna get some. You're gonna get some like freshwater gook. You're gonna get gook. You don't like to eat gook. I just like saying gook. You know that green gook that's just like floating in the pond. Right now you're just biting through that shit to get to the duck. It's just gross, dude. Gross. Don't do that. Don't. Freaking us out, man. I know you're a wolf and it's all normal and everything for wolves, but like that's not, for normal human people, that's weird. Okay. Eating gook. Charlie said, Tim Fool is fake on every level, including his cosplay, working class pretend. Yeah, I'm a longshoreman outfit. Your show, by the way, is always great. Look forward to another collab with Godless Engineer. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I actually got to reach out to him. And you're absolutely right about all the Tim Pool stuff right there, 100%. But yeah, I actually want to reach out to him because I want to see if he'll work on a pre-recorded with me. Just do like a response video. Well, we can kind of like take turns to responding to arguments and stuff like that. But it would be like pre-recorded and stuff. But yeah, I want to try it. I want to give it. That's it. Thank you. See, Antier's always on top of this stuff. It's algae. Algae is the term, not gook. It's not gook. It's algae. That's the correct term. Which algae feels like it's even gross. Like that's a grosser way to even describe it. I'd argue gook like is kind of flattering if you hear it right. Swimming with my mouth open and just eat all the small fish. That's all the small fish. I know that song. That's a Blink-182 song, right?
His ass better get missing.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a Sync 182 song.
What the fuck?
It's terrible. That was terrible.
Yo.
So that's the clip. We have this from Chris Rufo, the Cat Eaters of Ohio. The establishment media called it a racist myth, but is it? Now, I will add, Chris Rufo's report.
That was supposed to be a question, but is it? He says the way he talks is just absurd, man. And it feels so fake. Everything he says sounds like he's fucking faking it.
Report on this is that one instance does not prove it's happening all over the place. It could be an isolated incident. There's no evidence they're eating dogs like Donald Trump said. This is just more and more evidence. Now, CBS News says not true. Ohio police dispute new allegations immigrants are eating pets in Dayton. Chris Rufo has responded, but let's start from the beginning. Now, of course, we know that Donald Trump shocked audience in the debate by saying they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats.
Stop it. Just don't. Can you just don't do the improv, man? You sound weird. And look at your face right now. Look what your dumb impression is doing to your face. Okay, buddy? You don't want that to happen to your face. I don't wish that face on literally anybody. Oh my God, he looks like he's about to come. He's just like, why? I come weird. I don't look at me like that. I'm sorry, you judgy. All right, y'all are judging right now, and I don't like it.
And we got to our great luck, an awesome song out of it, an awesome song with Hassan Piker, the leftist, screaming, ah! And then it's fun. The establishment.
What the fuck? What was all that? We got a song out of this news story? Is that what I'm getting from that? I'm so confused right now. I have no idea what the fuck he's saying.
He goes on to say, the establishment media was not amused. During the debate, ABC's David Muir dismissed Trump's rhetoric with a version.
I got to say, I really do like it when Hassan screams. He ends up on the tube a lot, and out in the living room, not in my fundy tube, but he screams, and it's. I enjoy that. When it gets to that.
With his version of a fact check, citing the Springfield city manager saying there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals.
Charlie said, "Ew, a pool of cum." It's a very small pool. But it could be described as that. As a pool, right? That's Hey, Deep State, what's up, dude? And Ember, hey, and Russia does suck. Yes, that is a fact. Ember, the Russian agent is or isn't telling us the thing Vance admitted he made up is true. This is too many levels of dissonance to decipher. Wait, let me read that again. Okay, the Russian agent is or isn't telling us the thing Vance admitted he made up is true. Oh, I see, because he's trying to act like this is true. And Vance already said that he made it up. And so now we got people trying to prove stuff true that people admitted to making up. Oh, it's so funny. But why did Trump say it then? So like Vance told that to Trump. He was like, he made it up. Is he trying to burn down Trump, dude? Like, I almost wonder if this is like some long vindictive game that JD Vance is doing against Trump, because he hated Trump from the beginning, right? And then Trump picks him as the vice president. Some would say so that he doesn't get assassinated, because people would hate to have, like, all the Republican would hate to have that guy as president. And that was Nick Fuentes' idea. He was like, you got to get a vice president that everybody hates. That way nobody will kill you. That's how that was that dumb fuck's idea. And I'm not even kidding. He actually did say that. But all right, hey, Worm Food, what's up, dude? All right, everybody's here. This is great. But yeah, that is really funny. What I said. Tim Pool. I've been wondering about Putin's opinion on the debate. Yeah, that's good. So well, then you're in luck. You're in luck. Because he's here to prove that Trump was right about the people eating the pets, even though JD Vance said he made it up.
Within the migrant community. Other publications went further, blasting the former president for spreading a racist smear, century-old stereotype, and a cat-eating conspiracy theory. So is there any truth to the charge?
Yeah, I mean, I remember it being it was an old racist trope that they used to say about Chinese food. Remember? Like this is like a trope as old as time. All right. And that's why it's like, when they try to like say that, oh no, there's actually more evidence than you think about this. And then Joe Rogan be like, maybe people are eating cats, see people coming from other countries and they're hungry, they're hungry. And we all know it's easier to kill and eat a cat than that's the easiest way to get food if you're hungry. Jesus, that's stupid. Like, why would that be your go-to? There are so many easier ways to get food. Mainly would be like, a fucking pantry or something like that, but you'd have to have the grill to be able to grill the cat. You know what? Never mind. Like there's just so much privilege that would be required for the grill and the cat thing to work in the first place. So it's so stupid. It's unbelievable.
Have conducted an exclusive investigation that reveals that, yes, in fact, some migrants in Ohio appear to have been eating the cats, though not exactly in the manner that Trump described. Our investigation begins in a rundown neighborhood of Dayton, Ohio, the closest major city to Springfield, about a half hour's drive away. This is important to understand. Springfield is a town just outside of Dayton, Ohio, just outside of, an hour or so. We identified a social media post dated August 25th, 2023, with a short video depicting what appears to be two skinned cats on top of a blue barbecue. Yo, the African's wild on Parkwood, reads the text, referring to Parkwood Drive. The video then pans down to two live cats walking across the grass in front of a rundown fence with a voice on the video warning, there go a cat right there. His ass better get missing, man. Look at his.
How do they know this isn't just like somebody like joking around, man? That's what this seems like. Oh, the fucking stuff on the grill sort of resembles, whatever. I mean, you could say it looks like cats, but like whatever. It's like a joke. Like they see it on the grill and then they're like, oh, there's a cat right there. And it's just a funny joke, kind of racist or whatever. But I don't know. But it seems just like a joke. It's a fucking TikTok, dude. Like it's crazy that they take these TikToks like they're fucking, like they're gospel.
Homies on the grill.
Oh man, that is the fakest laugh. Just stop with the fake dump. Stump.
Here's what's important. Rufo says they've confirmed this post is a year old, over 1 year old, well before the story went viral. Yo, the African
went viral. It went to viral. That's right. Viraldo is really the word he was going for.
It's wild on Parkwood. We spoke with the author of the video who asked to remain anonymous, but confirmed its time, location, and authenticity. He told us he was picking up his son last summer when he noticed that.
Oh, the anonymous guy confirmed his authenticity. Okay, just the one. The one person that took the video also confirmed its authenticity. I don't think that's how confirmation goes in that regard.
Situation. It was
There's something called like corroborating evidence, and you don't have that.
Some Africans that stay right next door to my kid's mother. This African dude next door had the damn cat on the grill. Identified.
It's funny you said that, and I'm so bad at fucking geography and everything. I have no idea. I have no idea where Haiti is. I know Africa is a continent. I do know that much. So, pat on the back for that. Right. But no, I don't. But I think because you're right, it was Haitian immigrants. And so now they're basically switching it from Haitian immigrants to just any immigrants. Like we just gotta what happened. Tim Pool showed up in the workroom, whatever, went into the board meeting with all the people, and he slapped some papers on the ground. He's like, I want evidence that people are eating pets. I don't care what you got to do to get it. I want this on my desk by morning. Give me a story about people eating pets. I don't care, and immigrants will not, whatever. But like somebody eating pets, will say they're immigrants, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, that's like exactly what was happening here. You know it. 100%. The quote from the video is, "Yo, the Africans be wild." Yeah. So nothing about Haiti or Haitian immigrants or anything, but does it fucking matter? It doesn't matter to these people. They're all just not people to them anyway. They're all just sort of kind of people if you think about it, but not really.
The home by matching it to the visuals in the video and cross-referencing them with eyewitnesses. When we knocked on the door of the first unit, a family answered, telling us they were from the Democratic Republic of the Congo and that all the surrounding units were occupied by other African migrants. One of the residents told us that her former neighbors, also from Africa, had lived in an adjacent unit last month. They had a blue grill, and the father would find meat in the neighborhood. Her dad was going to find meat, she said. Her dad was holding a knife. The current residents also showed us a blue grill of the same make and model in the video, which the former neighbors had abandoned after they moved out. There were at least 10 cats wandering around the complex, and another resident complained they were breeding on the property. According to the original witness, whose son was friendly with the neighbors, there was no doubt about what happened.
It's funny too, because like where I live, like there is, like I almost wish, honestly, I'm not a big fan of cats. I'm gonna be real. All right, I'm not. They got an attitude problem, and I don't like it. They just, they act like they're too good for you all the time, right? They're just marching around, they're cocky. They're cocky, and I don't like it. I don't like that cocky attitude, right? And but like no, in the alley, there's like this lady that she doesn't live anywhere around here. She just drops off fucking food in our alley. We literally had to fence in the yard because the dog would just shoot to the fucking cat food that she's just leaving all in the fucking alley or whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But like, they're so loud now, and they are breeding back there. Like it's just, and if I feel like in Charlie Day's neighborhood or whatever, in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like they're just screaming at the time. Just the other night, there was like it sounds like aliens. It sounds like aliens having a disagreement with one another. There's like, and you're like, what the fuck is that noise? It's terrifying, especially when it's like 4 a.m. when it fucking happens. And so anyway, so my point is, I wish somebody would come here and start eating the cats, the alley cats back here, because it's just, there's too many of them. They're yelling at each other too much. They're throwing their little cat parties. They're dancing and shit. It's crazy.
They was barbecuing the damn cat, he said. His son's mother had previously witnessed the family butchering a mammal on the street. But the cats on the barbecue put
a mammal on the street. How much you want to bet it's one of those fucking? It's the people that do the roadkill, man. Like I know people from North Florida that they're in the panhandle. They're up in the panhandle, and that's how they talk up there. And they would do that. Like they would literally go pick up roadkill and cook it and shit. Not only that, they would like kill squirrels and shit. Like they would just eat all the weirdest shit, man. And it would not surprise me one bit if one of the fucking mammals that somebody picked up that was roadkill that they wanted to cook or throw on the grill or whatever was a cat. You know, that just doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, whatever.
In such a state of shock, he felt the need to film it. To be clear, a single incident does not confirm every particularity of Trump's statement.
Oh,
The town
God,
is
that's
Dayton.
brutal, man. That is just 100% cooked roadkill. Wasteful not to. Well, hey, you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. Okay, she's over here eating roadkill. Dude. That's actually pretty punk rock of you. I gotta admit, that's pretty, or hillbilly. You know what? Take it back. That's hillbilly. That's there's a fine line between punk rock and hillbilly. Jesus, hey, deep state. What's up, dude? That if this whole there are 80 pets thing seems like it can't really be true because of how racist it is. Yeah, I mean that's your tell. That's what I always say. Like, pay attention immediately to claims like this. Is it a racist trope? Like, because that's what ends up happening. Is like anytime that it's just some racist thing, you could just see it. You could just be like, okay, that's fucking bullshit. No reason to believe that, because it's just there's too many buzzwords. Same thing with the I don't know, like whatever they were saying, like doing transgender surgery in prison or whatever. Just like shit like that. We're just like fucking like it's obvious it's not true because it's like it's just full of buzzwords. It's just full of fear mongering, right? To those groups of people. So yeah, that's like the first thing to pay attention to when you're trying to figure out if this shit is true or not. But I don't know, or it's some type of thing where it's like they're completely misconstruing the truth of whatever it is. But a lot of times it's just flat out fucking false, 100%. Anyway, Steve said, I knew people when I lived in Montana that would think it's bad not to eat a roadkill deer. I mean, at least deer's a normal thing to eat, but doesn't it, dude? Like, how long do you know? That could not be more unfucking sanitary to just have some like meat just sitting out for days and then you eat it. God, I wouldn't do that if it was in my fucking fridge for like a couple, or the power went out on my fridge. I'd fucking be like, nope, not eating that. That's what we're not doing. Charlie said I've had roadkill one time from a friend hitting a deer. But I've hunted squirrels and rabbits and all sorts of birds. Punk rock hillbilly. Like I said, there's a fine line, right? You can go both ways. No, that's funny. Yeah, I know people that hunt that type of stuff, whatever. Whatever. I don't, to me, I don't really care. Like I said, like meat is meat. But it's just the fact that it is this weird racist trope, and they're just they're just trying to find anything that they can spin as evidence. And of course, they've got fuck all, but other than something from like a year ago that looks like some funny TikTok that some guy on fucking Twitter was like, I investigated this. Like, who the fuck are you? Is he with any kind of agency? Is there anyone that can verify anything he said? Right? That's why you have like editors and stuff that are like, what's your source? We need to be able to verify the source stuff. Like, that's why we have to have media companies do shit like that, because idiots like this can just say whatever the fuck they want and then say that they verified it. And you're like, okay, how? And you're like, I talked to like a couple people and we don't even know if they actually did. Like, I don't know who the person is that he's referring to, but anyway. Going to these words. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. See, I live in Florida, so that's funny because I'm in Florida. So like when I think of roadkill, like I'm thinking of fucking, out in the 90-degree weather for multiple days, getting rained on, just the moisture just building up, just anyway, disgusting. That's what it is. It's disgusting. But I guess if you're in like Alaska or some shit, or even just like somewhere up north, it would make sense. That's hey Dave, what's up, dude? How we doing, man? Let's see. Deep State said, see people hurt deer with their car because they run. They're hinting out. I actually knew someone who drove 40 miles out of the way and lost his auto insurance for hitting so many deer. Damn, that's they do pop out pretty quick from what I understand, right? And then when they see the car, they just sit there. They just, they just look like a deer in the headlights. That's what they look like. And and then you get them. So yeah, they're a problem in certain areas of the country, from what I understand. But Deep State said this guy was the spitting image of Dale is a Gribble from King of the Hill. Absolutely mad. Who is the guy? Oh, the guy was that you were talking about. Gotcha. Okay.
Not Springfield. Cats alone run the grill, not cats and dogs. But it does break the general narrative peddled by the establishment media and its fact checkers, who insisted that this has never happened, that any suggestion otherwise is somehow an expression of racism.
No, that's not okay. No, it's not. No one ever said that it's never happened. It wasn't something that people were complaining about, which was the claim. They're saying that immigrants are coming in, stealing people's pets and eating them. That is not the same thing as somebody at some point a year ago or whatever, just some random fucking person, they claiming they were African or whatever, but like, we don't have any evidence of that. Like, just, grilling a cat, which I think is still fucking super weird, but it's not the same thing. What the claim was of that area at that time, saying that there were people that were very concerned because their pets kept ending up missing and other people were eating them. That did not fucking happen. You see how they switch this? They're just like, oh, we just need to find any cat being eaten ever, and then that proves everything wrong, because that's how fucking dumb they are. They don't understand just the basics of making a claim and then validating it, or figuring out if a claim is reasonable or true. But like, because they just make shit up, and they don't care if it's anywhere near the fucking truth. They just want something to be able to throw mud in the water, to make it so you can't like see it as clearly. That's their whole fucking point, right? But that was absolutely not the claim, and it was not even close to it, and it wasn't even. It's like from a year ago. Anyway, so stupid. God, people are dumb. That's the real takeaway here. And this guy, how many? Let me see how many fucking views this got already. Let's take a look. Okay, so there's proof that's 144,000. Oh, just like the Jehovah's Witnesses, right? So anyway, must be all Jehovah's Witnesses all found this story first, and so it's 144,000. But 144,000 views in 22 hours. So it's that's actually kind of low for him now that I think about it. But anyway, all right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Appreciate you just hanging out with me on the insanity ride that we've been on since this fucking debate. And I think I kind of want to mess around with some of this stuff a bit more often. You know what I mean? Just like kind of just take a look at what's going on in the news and have some fun with it, right? But let's see. Let me get to a couple more comments before we head out. Let's see. Charlie said, hunting is fun, but definitely some hillbilly shit. It's funny that all these racist tropes are so pervasive among people that think a raccoon is in the yard, or think a raccoon in the yard is like Uber Eats. I know, right? That's the sad thing. You're right, because those are the people typically are the ones saying that it's like so gross and so awful that these immigrants are doing this. They're not doing it, but like they'll sit there and eat fucking raccoons and squirrels and stuff like that. Which, whatever, who cares? But again, it's still not the same thing as stealing someone's pet to eat it. You know what I mean? But it's just funny. It's funny when they're so judgy and yet they're doing basically the same thing. It's funny. It's crazy. So hypocritical. Scotty said, they're eating the people of the pets that live there. Now that would be a story. Okay. Yeah. It'd be like, fucking, what's his name? Dahmer. Yeah. Dahmer was just eating the people. He left the pets alone. They were fine. He wanted the people. He wanted to eat them. You know, he likes the taste of brains, you know. Let's see, Scotty. Wait, where are we at? No, Matt Pig. What's up, dude? Hey, Matt Pig's here. What's up, dude? Streaks through chat. Oh, that's where you are naked, like in that movie. What was the movie? Old School. Yeah, we're going streaking. Come on, is KFC still open? Yeah, dude, that's a great movie. Anyway, Wolvo said that's one swift pig. Oh, that's what he said as he's like running by, because Math Pig is just like Wolfos, a cartoon pig, right? Which we all know, right? He's an Irish cartoon pig, and he probably had a pint as he was running, spilling it everywhere. But it doesn't, you know. Actually, he probably isn't. He could probably do like, fucking front flips with that pint and still be perfectly fine. That sucker never gets spilled one bit. He'd catch it if he did. He'd be like, whoa, just catch it with his mouth. That's how you would do it. Steven said, it's pretty hard to tell the difference between a gutted and dressed rabbit to a cat done in the same manner. Oh, that's a great point, because they kind of look similar in a lot of ways, right? That's funny. You're right. It probably is a fucking rabbit, a big one. And there are big rabbits, like those I would imagine the big rabbits would be the ones that you would eat, right? And they have like front paws that are very similar. That's a good point. I'm glad you said that. That is absolutely, I bet you the most, I bet you that's what it is. Just a couple of giant fucking rabbits. And then these people are looking over the fence, see a cat on the ground, and then make up a whole fucking thing inside their head. You know, that could easily be the case, you know, because it's not like they, even if I grant them that everything that he was saying is actually true, right? That they did verify everything with all the neighbors and stuff. It still doesn't say the people that did it, and like, you know, like, and them admitting that they did it and then saying how they did it and that they could. So it could just be all these people just mistaking giant fucking bunnies for cats. That could easily be the case. That's funny. I would not have thought of that. Deep State said, hunting is okay. People hunt for food and stuff. I actually, when I was 9 years old, a friend of the family took me alligator hunting. Holy shit, that's cool. That's an adventure right there. Like, we're going fucking dinosaur hunting, son. Let's do it. Get your spear. How do you hunt alligator? I don't even know. But I'd imagine doing the spearing would be cool. That would probably work, right? Spear that sucker right in the head. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. They do it in where is it? It's not Alabama. It's like Louisiana, right? Isn't it Louisiana where they got like the gator hunting, because like the population of gators just explodes at some point during the year, and so they have to, otherwise it gets out of control. And it's basically the same thing here in Florida. We have pythons. You can hunt pythons because they're an invasive species and they're all over the place. I at my old my parents' house back in the day, there was one that went through my parents' house. I was fucking terrified. I was like, what am I looking at? And I couldn't, you know, it's so hard to see. And we had this like garden that went up to the fence, and it was like in the garden. It was a big ass garden, and I could hear it like smashing the fence. The whole fence was like shaking, trying to get like under the fence, and then it ended up going down and found a hole and got out. But it was like, holy fuck, man, it was huge. It was like 5 feet or something like that. That big around. It was massive fucking giant snake just out of nowhere. I was like, holy shit. Oh really? He says, Wolfo said snake meat is good. Well, I mean, you know, for a wolf, I'm sure wolves probably think snake meat is good, but I don't know. I'm a human. Okay. We don't eat snakes. Okay. It's like that. We're not in that scene from Indiana Jones. That is a Temple of Doom. Oh, wait, there we are. We're right back to the racist trope of the eating food like that. And no, like I looked it up. None of that was true. That whole scene in Temple of Doom when they're like eating the brains and like they'll cut the snake open and all the little snakes come out and there's an eyeball in the soup. Like it was just a fucking super racist trope of like, these foreign folks like eating shit that's just completely insane, that Americans would just be like, no. But anyway, well, thank you all so much for hanging out. This is a lot of fun. And appreciate y'all chilling. This was I know it was a different one. It was a little bit different here. But I want to try some different stuff here and there, right? And if you want to try some different stuff sexually, go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole orders. Go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley. And you can get your exclusive offer. Get your butt some stuff and stuff your bud. That's right. So, but yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. If you want to support us, you can support the show by supporting our sponsor, adamandeve.com, and entering that code word Brentley at checkout. Or there's a bunch of other ways you can support us. You can, give us a one-time payment on Cash App. That's always great. If you want to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/Punk Apostate. If you want to become a member, that's probably like the coolest way to do it right now. It's just the easiest, and you get an extra live stream every single week, as well as like a bunch of little videos and stuff, little TikTok kind of videos I've been putting on of the puppets and stuff. You get all that type of stuff, and a bunch of extra posts too for members. But anyway, and if you want to email me anything, if you want to just do a private correspondence, or you want to just suggest something that I could react to or something like that, hit me up. So it's punkapostate@gmail.com. You can also join our Discord and then follow me on all the socials too. So, and I'll put all the links in the description. But thank you all so much for hanging out. Seriously. But the main thing though is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate. And we'll see you next time.